In the early 2000s, students from a secondary school in Ang Mo Kio began reporting sightings of an elderly janitor walking the corridors long after the campus had closed. The strange part? The school records showed he had already died months earlier. The school sat quietly between old housing blocks in Ang Mo Kio. Built in the late 1980s, it looked ordinary during the day. Students filled the classrooms. Teachers rushed through crowded hallways. But after sunset, staff members avoided certain corridors entirely. Security guards began refusing solo patrols after repeated reports of footsteps coming from locked classrooms. Students remembered him as quiet. He rarely spoke unless spoken to. Every night, Mr. Lim cleaned the same hallways alone. Teachers said he arrived before sunrise and sometimes stayed until nearly midnight. Some students even joked that he seemed to know the school better than the principal himself. During the June holidays, Mr. Lim reportedly suffered a heart attack while cleaning the upper floors alone. By the time security discovered him, the school had already been empty for hours. After the funeral, another cleaning contractor took over his duties. That should have been the end of the story. The first report came from a student staying late for rehearsals. Around 8:40 p.m., she saw an elderly cleaner standing motionless near the science labs on level 4. She greeted him politely. He didn't respond. When she turned the corner and looked back, the corridor was empty. Soon, teachers began noticing something stranger. Certain corridors smelled strongly of floor disinfectant late at night, even when no cleaners were scheduled. Some classrooms appeared freshly mopped by morning. Security footage reportedly showed empty hallways becoming wet without explanation. One security guard later claimed he heard mopping sounds coming from a locked restroom near the old assembly hall. He assumed one of the cleaners had stayed behind. But when he unlocked the door, the room was completely empty. The floor was still wet. In 2004, a thunderstorm caused a temporary power outage across part of the school. 2 maintenance workers were checking the upper floors when they saw someone pushing a cleaning cart through the dark corridor ahead of them. They assumed it was another staff member, but when the emergency lights flickered on, the corridor was empty. The workers searched the entire floor. No one was there. But near the science block, they found a cleaning cart identical to the one Mr. Lim used before his death. According to former staff members, that cart had supposedly been thrown away months earlier. Years later, alumni still tell stories about the old janitor seen walking the corridors after midnight. Some believe Mr. Lim simply refused to leave the place he spent most of his life caring for. Others think the sightings were only stress, exhaustion, and imagination. But former security staff still avoid level 4 during overnight shifts, especially when the smell of floor disinfectant suddenly appears in an empty corridor.